What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, and I'm back, and I have a topic request, and it's called "Coming Out to Your Friends." Well, how I came out to my friends, you know, I had to tell them motherfuckers over the summer, and you know, I graduated this year, class of 2010, and I told them the summer during '09 before we went back to school, and I told my best friend Jasmine, and I told her, I was like, yeah, man, I'm not into dudes and nothing like that. I was like, I'm a lesbian and all that. And she was like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah. I was like, but don't think that I like you and all that stuff. Because, as soon as you tell somebody that you gay and all that, they assume that you like them. And she was like, nah, I ain't even like that, ain't even like that. And then, she was like, she was like, I think that's great. I was like, what the fuck? She's like, why you didn't tell me sooner? I was like, well, hell, I didn't know how you was going to react or nothing like that. And she's like, well, if that's what you prefer, um, she's like, I ain't going to stop being friends with you because me and her, we've been tight ever since middle school. You know, I was like, well, shit. Hell, if she took it the right way, let me see how everybody else gonna take it. So I told everybody else and stuff. They was all cool with it and everything. I was like, man, they was just like understanding. I was like, I wish it was this easy to like, um, tell your family members and stuff like that. But that's a different story. But yeah. So that was during the summer, and then like as soon as um we went back, like the first day of school, I had my little rainbow bracelet and all that, thinking I was flying and all that. But it was cool and stuff. Girls was like, "You a lesbian? You a lesbian? Are you a lesbian? Are you bi? Are you this and that?" I was like, "Nah, I'm not bi. I'm a full lesbian." And all that. It's like, "Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up." And guys and stuff, they wasn't tripping and stuff. They was cool about it. And, some guys it's like, that's wrong, this and that, and they always want to go back and to with the Bible and all that stuff. But I ain't trying to hear that. So, but it's like everybody I told and stuff, they're cool with it and stuff. They was like, we've been friends too long for me to just stop being friends with you over that. And hey, I don't know, cause I was like, shit, if they don't like it, hey, sorry, I can't change for them. That's what I like. Hell, if they wanna like guys, I'm not telling them, oh, you shouldn't like guys because this or that and all that. You know, but they was understanding, and I think coming out to your friends is probably the easiest to do through, if you don't want to talk to them in person, you can send them a text message, cause hey, you can't really hear them yell or nothing through a text unless they put that shit up in caps and all that. But I don't know. Now with your family, that's a different story. Cause I ain't gonna get into it with that. But yeah, you know how stuff spreads. Cause as soon as you tell your friends, trust, it's gonna get spread around school and everybody gonna know and proud. Don't tell it to like the wrong people, and you don't want your parents and nothing like that to find out because trust, it will get to them and your family. Especially if you have somebody, if you take somebody in your family, like your cousin or something like that, and they have a big mouth and they run their mouth, trust, it's gonna get to them and everybody else throughout the family. Then you gonna be at the family reunion. All these motherfuckers looking at me and shit. But yeah, it's cool. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about on that one. It's your girl, and I'm out.